Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do some rustic country Christmas trees. So a while ago I attempted to make stocking sweaters. So I had, I failed miserably, but I had these little stockings that I had made, and I loved the colors and I loved the sweater. So I thought this would be really cute to use on these Dollar Tree wooden Christmas trees. You can get these actually it's from Family Dollar, and they come 5 in a pack for $1. So I cut up my little sweater stocking and I positioned the tree. Now this first one that I'm doing was the hard way to do it, but I am going to show you, because as I went and made the 3 trees, I got better each time, which I think we all do when we're crafting. So the first one I kind of traced around it and then cut it out, and it was so hard because the sweater's very flexible and it stretches, and that just wasn't the easy way to do it. But I cut it all out, flipped it over so you wouldn't see the lines I drew, and then I just hot glued it to the wooden tree. I trimmed it up, which was pretty easy to do, and then I grabbed these little wooden logs, I call them, that you can get at Dollar Tree, put some hot glue on the top of it, and just glued the tree right to the top, holding it securely until the hot glue had dried, and it worked perfect. And then I took these little log bases that I had. I think you can also you can get them at Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. And I glued the long log to the wooden base. I know I'm not using the right terminology. I don't even know what to call these wooden pieces. But then I got smart. I knew I wanted my 3 trees to all be different sizes. So I glued 2 wooden bases together and glued a log on top of that one for one of the stands using wood glue. For the other stand, I just glued a log to one of the wooden bases, and then glued another log on top of that one. That way I would achieve all 3 heights, because the first one I did was just one log glued to the wooden base. Okay, enough of that. So then I grabbed my second sweater. All 3 of my little sweater stockings are different colors. I had the teal, the black, and the white. For this one, I got a little smarter. I cut out a square, and then I just hot glued it down to the sweater on both sides, and then trimmed around it. You could feel the gaps of where you needed to trim to cut out the Christmas tree. So I trimmed it down, felt for the gaps, and then just cut those little triangles out. That worked much better. But the third one was even easier.
Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Thou bidst us true and faithful be, and trust in God unchangingly. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee.
The football game is on in the background. If you hear my boys screaming, and I just can't control them from screaming, so sorry about that. But I trimmed it all up, and then I again hot glued it to the wooden log, holding it until it would stand up straight without falling over. And you can use different kind of glue. You could use super glue if you wanted to. For video purposes, hot glue worked the best for me. So then I grabbed my third sweater. Now this one was a much lighter material, much easier to cut, and I wanted a different style with this one. So I got smart and I left the opening at the bottom of the tree. That way I would have that little wooden piece at the bottom to hot glue to the log. So this worked out a lot better, folding it over the top instead of hot gluing the sweater to the log, if that makes sense. And then I repeated the same steps. But with this tree, I didn't want the little individual notches cut out. I just wanted a triangle tree. So with this one, after I had it all hot glued, I just cut around the edges to form a triangle. And this was so simple and so easy to make. I love having like a little display of Christmas trees. And I always look for new and unique and different Christmas trees to add to my collection. And these 3 trees I fell in love with. I got the inspiration on a trip to Walmart because they had some fabric sweater trees, but theirs were poofy. They had stuffed them. So that is an option too. If you wanted to maybe hot glue the sweater just around one side of the tree, add some stuffing, and then finish it by hot gluing it back down on the other side, and you would have a more poofy stuffed tree. But there's just so many different ways to run with this project and make it your own. But I love these little fabric sweater trees. And there they are. All different heights, different colors, and different shapes. And it would be the perfect addition to my little Christmas tree collection. This is a really short video because it was so simple and easy to do. And a great way to maybe use up some old sweaters and crafting supplies you have on hand and make these little trees, and it's basically free if you have all the items in your craft stash already. I hope you guys are enjoying my little Christmas series. I'm having so much fun doing it, and I'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Merry Christmas. Have a blessed and wonderful day, and I love y'all.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, the leaves are so